Super excited to be in my own backyard today and update you on some of the things I have going on. I got a special treat. My dad's here today. He's going to make a simple dish out of tomatoes from the garden. I still have eggplants running. Most people do. Just want to update you on mine. I will be picking all my potatoes in the next week, except for the sweet potatoes. Still have kale running. Great year for kale. My wife's going to make kale chips sometime this week as well, but great year for that. I have 2 sunflowers going up here, and I did not pluck my carrots yet.
Well, it's a thrill to be here at my son's garden. We're going to make a fresh tomato sauce from his tomatoes. He invited me down before I go to Florida. And now's the time to be making this sauce. The fresh tomatoes are abundant here in our area in northeastern Pennsylvania.
These are called Cherokee Purples. I love the crackling. Notice no rot underneath, coming in really nice. I still have big tomatoes coming in. My dad and I are going to clip all those bad boys in the back, use them for some sauce. Look at Cuzzy in action, clipping tomatoes still.
We could use the other one.
Look how gorgeous that is. If you notice, I'm not a one-hit wonder. There's no rot on these either. I do a bunch of different kind. My dad taught me how to do. Some require different type of skill, but mostly if you're good at growing tomatoes, it's a skill. Give you an update on what I got going on over here. I let these go super ripe, so I know my dad was coming. These tomatoes here will be very ripe and ready for tomato sauce. But this is what I still have going on mid-September. Grapevine didn't produce like I thought it would. I have a ton of peppers though. Great year for peppers. As you notice, these things are hot as hell. And I still have some tomatoes running here. And then I left this on to see if it changes colors like Kevin said. My father's gonna cut some fresh basil. This is what the best part about having a garden is. My dad's coming over, he's picking basil. We got fresh tomatoes from the garden, and I'm going to get Cuzzy to make one of his famous pasta sauces. Dad, how do you trim your basil?
Joe, just like Dad did, you always cut from the top so your bushes grow out. Your basil will always be fresh.
This was a wild tomato plant that I actually had coming in, and we transplanted over here, and we have tomatoes. These were ravaged by animals, but I let them grow. And if you notice, I have winter onions coming in. So I do have onions starting to sprout up. If you come around the corner, I got a head of cabbage. I have sweet potatoes that are vining up very nice. I have strawberries. I have some basil I just planted. And then I have, if you notice, these are over 9 feet of tomatoes still growing. Pretty awesome. Do have some red ones still at the bottom. And then once again, I have some tomatoes that are all for this time of year. These are cherry tomatoes, so look at these bad boys. Unbelievable. I can't wait to eat them, but they're still going, still healthy. Here's some of my yellow cherries. It was a great year. So, Cuz, this is all you're using today, right? Simple dish, nothing crazy.
Nothing fancy. It's just a plain dish that all the Italians made.
Little garlic, little basil,
little
some
basil,
tomato.
fresh tomatoes. I took 2 peppers from your yard for me. I'm going to saute them up. But
All right, nice.
everything's fresh.
Always a guinea in the garden.
Yeah.
So Cuz got his oil going. We prepped the garlic and onion. This is actually local garlic. And he's cutting up the tomatoes. Water's on. That's all we're at, right? Fresh tomatoes from the garden.
These are fresh tomatoes from your
Nothing
garden.
crazy here. Cuz got all the tomatoes cut from the garden. Look at those fresh colors, all different varieties. Now he's cutting up an onion. So that's the first thing you're going to pop in the oil, right?
Onion, then I'll once this gets caramelized a little bit, I'll throw in 2 cloves of garlic. This is a small onion from my son's yard.
Nice. So, Dad, what are we doing right now?
I'm just sauteing the onions a little bit. We put a little red hot pepper in there. I won't salt and pepper anything until I put the fresh tomatoes in.
So this has no salt or pepper?
No, nothing.
Okay. So far, this has been great cooking with Cuzzy. We always miss Dr. Frank. He couldn't be on location today. However, having an old man and cooking in your own kitchen with stuff you grew, it just takes you back to when you were a kid. Reminds me of being in my grandmother's house on both sides of the family and just making a tomato sandwich. Dad, you got the fresh garlic chopped up now. How long does this sauce typically take?
Joe, this is a very fast sauce. That's why all your grandfathers and grandmothers and all the Italians made it. It's just fresh tomatoes, onions, garlic, basil, salt and pepper to taste. That's it. And water, always keep water from the pasta.
Okay, what do you do with the water? Well,
I'll show you. I liquefy the tomatoes a little bit. I put it in. I get a little thicker sauce. Give me a little more juice for my sauce.
So you kind of play it with the pasta
Yeah,
water.
I put it in and then I get a ladle or so. I put it in when it's cooking the tomatoes. And then I'll keep a cup of pasta sauce when I'm mixing everything together, Joe.
Pasta water.
Pasta water.
Cooking with Cuz. He just put a little pepper in. You're putting a little fresh basil.
Fresh basil, just to
The smell's
give the oil-
unbelievable.
just to give it.
You
the
can't
oil
even
will
believe the
infuse the
smell
little
of it.
basil. It's just unbelievable.
It really is. Look at the artistry. Look how that's all marinating together. How old is this pan at this point, Dad?
Joe, I brought that from our restaurants. I don't know how many dinners this cooked. This spoon here is older than you and I. This was your nanny spoon.
How crazy is that? And look at this. These are just juicing themselves up.
Yeah.
We got the basil that we infused. The garlic's actually breaking itself down right now. That'll be the next thing to be added. Very simple dish that you could do with your tomatoes that you have left over in September.
Your water is boiling for your pasta.
All right, at this point, you're adding everything in, right?
I'm adding everything in. The
Tomatoes are
garlic's
going on
in.
top.
Yep. They'll of course cook down, Joe.
Take about an hour, right?
No, it won't take that long.
How long you think?
15, 20 minutes, half hour.
Okay. We'll
I'm
check
gonna-
back.
I usually put the pasta in here and mix it around, but I won't have to. When the pasta's done and everything, I'll mix everything back in here. And I see your wife has a big serving bowl in there. Maybe I can mix it in that silver bowl.
This is just reducing itself down. He's using San Giorgio pasta. He's about to dump it in. And really, it's just because Grandma used San Giorgio,
She
correct?
used to use it, the old timers. Since we're cooking here in your kitchen, I'm using even the pasta my mother used to use.
So, Dad, what do we got going on now? Looks like you got the pasta
I got
already
the
in.
pasta
This is
in.
juicing itself. Did
I
you already
put-
add water?
I added a ladle of water from the pasta, just like that. Now, I'm going to season it. I put salt already in the water. I would say maybe a tablespoon of salt or so.
So look how that
teaspoon.
reduced already once you add it. So that makes your own paste, right?
Makes your own sauce.
You're kind of making from
Makes
the
your own,
pasta
and
water.
nothing's fresher than this.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper in. Basil's in.
And that's pretty much the dish.
That's
right?
it.
You're going to mix that around.
I'll mix it around so everything goes and incorporates. Just this will cook down. When that pasta's done, I'm going to get that big bowl that you have underneath, Joe.
Okay.
And that's it. When I'm cooking myself, when I drain the pasta, make sure your pasta's done. Put it on the side. Make sure your sauce is done. I usually take my pasta when I'm cooking at home for myself. I'll take maybe a quarter of a pound or so, mix it with the sauce. This way, when you're doing it for a family, what I'm going to do, I'll mix everything in the pan that Joe's going to give me, the nice pasta pan, and then we'll plate it on the table for ourselves. You can't beat this sauce.
Smells delicious. At this point, we drain the pasta water. Now, Cuz, what do we do next?
I'm putting a ladle and a half of this. I usually mix my pasta in my pan, but I can't. My son, I got to get him a pasta bowl. And then we'll mix everything in here. We'll plate it. And we'll enjoy our pasta dinner with my family.
All right, so now, Dad, you're going to grab that and just throw it right on there.
Throw it right in here. I'll mix it all up.
Now, you sauce that with a topper, or what do you do?
Yes, I will. I'll mix it first, Joe. I want to see how much sauce is in there. enough for Dad.
So first you see this just to make sure, see where it's at, correct?
Yes, I just want to get it so the pasta don't stick.
So you're putting a little bit of olive oil on top.
Just a little tiny bit.
Now you'll add some more sauce.
Yeah, I'm going to. I just want to get it all around. Look at how nice. When you say fresh, you say fresh. This is, you can't beat this. From the garden to your table.
I would say that's a success. Wouldn't you? Look at this gorgeous
My God,
dish.
just look at the dish.
Unbelievable. He's putting a little cheese on there. Go ahead, Dad. Don't let me hold you up. And it's been a
Nice.
great day cooking with you.
I just loved it, son. Your garden came out good. And this is what happens when you make a nice garden at the end of the summer. You get a beautiful dish like this.
Well, thank you for cooking with Cuz.